Alright, let's dive into this because the football world is buzzing and I've got some thoughts. So, the big news? Bruno Guimaraes is reportedly on his way to Arsenal and, honestly, this is one of those transfers that just feels significant. But here's the thing, it's not just about the player moving clubs. There's so much more to unpack here, and I'm here to break it down for you. First off, let's talk about the negotiation. Newcastle's chief executive, David Hopkinson, basically confirmed the deal without actually confirming it. You know how these things go, corporate speak, right? But what caught my attention was his comment about the fee being the highest for a player in that position at that age. Personally, I think this is a massive statement. It's not just about the money. It's about the value clubs are placing on players like Bruno. Midfielders are often undervalued compared to strikers or defenders. But this deal? It's a game changer. It's like the market is finally catching up to the reality that a top-tier midfielder can be just as crucial as a goal scorer. And then there's the emotional side of it. Ross Wilson, Newcastle's sporting director, mentioned that Bruno was very emotional when he expressed his desire to leave. Now, this is where it gets interesting. Players leaving clubs is nothing new, but when a captain, someone who's supposed to be the heart and soul of the team, wants out, it raises questions. What does this say about Newcastle's current state? Are they losing their grip on their key players? Or is this just Bruno chasing a bigger dream? In my opinion, it's a bit of both. Arsenal are the Premier League champions, and let's be real, who wouldn't want to play for a team at the top of their game? But it also makes me wonder if Newcastle is at a crossroads. Are they a selling club now? Or is this just a one-off? What makes this really interesting is the timing. This wasn't part of Newcastle's summer strategy, according to Wilson. They had to react, which means they were probably caught off guard. And that's where the negotiation comes in. Hopkinson mentioned sophisticated actors on both sides, and I love that phrasing. It's like a high-stakes poker game. Arsenal wanted to pay less, Newcastle wanted more, and in the end, both sides seem satisfied. But here's the kicker. If Arsenal are getting a very special player and person, as Hopkinson said, then what does that mean for their midfield? Personally, I think Bruno could be the missing piece for Arteta's system. His passing range, his energy, his leadership, it's a perfect fit. But it also puts pressure on the team to perform. Expectations are sky-high now. If you take a step back and think about it, this transfer is part of a bigger trend in football. Clubs are increasingly willing to pay top dollar for players who can make an immediate impact. It's not just about potential anymore. It's about proven quality. And Bruno? He's proven. But what many people don't realize is that this deal also reflects the shifting power dynamics in the Premier League. Arsenal are flexing their muscles as champions, while Newcastle, despite their financial backing, are still figuring out their identity. Are they a club that retains talent or one that cashes in? One thing that immediately stands out is the emotional farewell. Bruno saying goodbye to his teammates in tears, that's not something you see every day. It's a reminder that behind the contracts and the fees, there are real people with real feelings. And that's what makes football so compelling. It's not just a business, it's a human story. But it also raises a deeper question. How much say should players have in their careers? Bruno wanted to leave, and Newcastle respected that. But where do you draw the line? If every player who wanted to move got one, the sport would be chaos. From my perspective, this transfer is a win-win on paper. Arsenal get a world-class midfielder, and Newcastle get a record fee. But the real test is what happens next. Can Bruno adapt to Arsenal's style? Will Newcastle reinvest the money wisely? These are the questions that will define this deal in the long run. And that's what makes it so fascinating. It's not just about the here and now, it's about the ripple effects. So, here's my closing thought. Transfers like this are more than just transactions. They're moments that shape clubs, careers, and even the sport itself. Bruno Guimaraes to Arsenal isn't just a headline, it's a story of ambition, emotion, and strategy. And as we watch it unfold, I can't help but think, this is why we love football. It's unpredictable, it's dramatic, and it's always evolving. What do you guys think? Is this a game-changing move, or just another big money transfer? Let me know in the comments below.